Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc717. Today, right now, we got dynamic duo. I'm gonna give the hot tag to our senior official. God, we got to talk after this because that actually reminded me. Got to ask you some questions. But yes, our senior official. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up, everybody? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, pound sign for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take it home podcast.
Waffles. How was the breakfast hunt?
Breakfast hunt was on point this weekend. We had some pancakes that were delicious. A couple of days, double pancakes,
Yeah.
fresh fruit as well, little cantaloupe, pineapple, some good coffee brewing. Back around home, the Stone Creek coffee, number one. Maybe the best I've ever had in the world. Uh, for
Shout out to
plain,
Stone Creek not
plain
being one of the
coffee.
recalled coffee brands that just dropped. So yeah, you gotta trust in that Wisconsin. What up, homie?
hmm
What up, Liz?
How are you?
Doing good. Just leaving camp.
Okay. Well, why don't we give a hot tag to you so you can introduce yourself since you
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. Representing your mama's favorites, them out of town shooters coming to a city near you, hopefully soon. Country Air at Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, and Country Air Brand on the Twitter machine.
Oh yeah. And since I got you right there, Purdy was talking about his food hunt. How was your food hunt this weekend?
My food home was good. Trying to remember. Oh, we got waffle. We did get mimosas, and we got some good breakfasts. They were not sliders. It was called breakfast sliders, and you got your egg cooked however you want it with some cheese and your choice of meat. I chose chorizo. It was just two big ass biscuit sandwiches, which I'm not complaining about.
It just
It
wasn't
was
what
like,
you wasn't the size of a slider.
no, we thought they were gonna be sliders. It was like $14, and I got it, and they were huge sandwiches. And then it came with your side of hash browns or fruit or whatever. So I got fruit, and then a choice of toast or pancakes. So I got pancakes to bring home to Jack because he was sleeping. But I was like, man, this is a lot of food for $14.
Yeah. As long
I
as it
only
was
ate one of the biscuits. That's how huge they were.
Oh, okay. All right. Fuck yeah. Me and myself, we had some uh pancakes cooked into the shape of a Belgian waffle. That's what we did.
Ooh,
So that was very good. Belgian waffle, love that crisp. Pancakes are always delicious. So that was very good. That was the fun we had this weekend as far as eating. Oh yes, and then we had potato bowls with potatoes, egg, cheese, and sausage. So also very good. The producer is a master of the potato bowl, I gotta admit. But master of that music, Perch. What do you got for a banger of the week?
Ooh, banger of the week this week. Some trucking tunes. Merle Haggard, Working Man's Blues.
Oh, okay.
Stuck in that traffic, hot days, windows down. There's so much music going on. Nobody is bumping a song like this. And wow, what a banger it is. It makes you cope with the traffic and the grind and the getting done with work and on to the next one. Working Man's Blues. Oh, what a good song. Good beat to it. Get in, get out kind of song. Uh, yeah, but when it's there, it hits just right.
All right.
Windows down all the way up on a hot summer day.
Yeah, and we had only that in rain. It was either a hot summer day or rain this weekend. So
the rain was bad.
what could you do? Yeah, there's a tree out back here. So uh what can you do? All right. We have had a very fun 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month of wrestling. What have you been watching, Zach?
Bro, I watched Raw yesterday. I was talking to people, my cousin Luke, about it, just like how WWE is hitting on all cylinders where you do want to watch the shows, you don't want to miss out. Raw last night, it was awesome. Chad Gable, it's just everyone feels important. Like Chad Gable was like obviously the main subject. Super big win with the Money in the Bank. I loved how it was done. The Wyatt, the promo with Bo Dallas. I liked how he kind of they addressed situations that they know people are going to call out right off the bat, like riding his brother's coattail and all that. Where he's like, no, like, am I supposed to let him become a mausoleum? Like, I'm gonna help continue his story and like how he talked about because he was Uncle Howdy and like he did show up and like him and his brother were gonna do some cool shit together and how that was taken away from him.
Yeah.
It was just like that shit hit. Doc texted me during it, but like even Chad Gable trying to realize right his wrongs, but now finding possibly a new home with the Creeds.
Yep.
Uh, Ludwig Kaiser, bro, like that dude blew me out of the water. Like I ain't gonna lie, like Kaiser's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit him, but like they're building Braun Breaker up as this monster, and like typically they do like the squash matches, but no, he did not seem like that guy. Like that, just like Braun Breaker still seemed like a monster, but like Ludwig Kaiser looked super credible, and like the match was really good. That bro kick was like devastating. SmackDown, we're talking about kicks to the face, and we're talking about a guy who Perch has met multiple times with a kick to the face. Fatu looking like a beast. He looks like he slimmed up and trimmed up.
Yeah, he did. I meant to ask that. Did y'all think he slimmed up? He was looking good.
He was looking great. And then I didn't realize until Funny Bone posted where he was like, about time someone put shoes on this fucker. But man, like the new bloodline looks great, but I love all the small details because like God, did you see their look when Fatu was in the ring?
No, I don't remember. I don't think so.
Like watch it back. Tama Tonga and his brother, they look at each other like with a little concern. With a look of concern, but then they throw the ones up. But like they were like even like
oh, when they throw the ones, yes, I do remember that. Yes,
they have a little look and like everything. WWE is so good that like it makes you think because every small thing happens for a reason. Look at that Brooke Jensen guy. We talked about it last week about how you could see the fight in the background, and if it was a real life fight, they would never went back to that angle multiple times.
yeah.
And then when you look more into it, they show videos of him showing up to the show with security saying like, "You don't work here no more." Like he's like, "Oh, I'm in the neighborhood, just walking, minding my own business." But like everything they do, and like you have to watch the surroundings because there's always something in the background. Like the Creeds of Gable for months, and now they show him approach. Like that was planting our heads in the background for a while. R-Truth wanting to do the right thing for love. Like what a man.
Yep. He's always been about love. They did the where he thought, she was Carmella. I think that was a good move on like to get people to not like Liv. Like R-Truth is the beacon of hope. So if you want people to dislike you, it'd be the same like going after a puppy is the same thing as going after R-Truth at this point.
Oh yeah. And then like the way she just I mean Balor and JD with the tag belts, that's awesome. Like it's good. It was cool for Indianapolis who got a big deal yesterday to get feel special like yeah, it was I mean Raw obviously is fresh on the mind, so that's why I watched not gonna lie, I watched a little SmackDown. I really just fast forward to Fatu.
I did watch it. That was the best thing. Not saying that the show was bad, but that was like the biggest and stuck out the most.
I feel like I watched some of it. Like I remember some of it. I felt like both two of the Money in the Bank qualifier matches seemed like they kind of ended the same with a way of a steal.
Which there's been a lot of
even Gable.
Not clean finishes, a lot of distraction finishes.
But in a way, like I guess I can't get mad because a triple threat match is that unpredictability and shows that so it's like like in a way like there's a way.
That's all it takes is 3 seconds of distraction for you to lose. Like I get the logic.
Yeah, like I get the logic. It's just like noticed a lot of the same, but I mean it was great. I watched the 9 Lives of Vince McMahon. I've been watching Who Killed WCW.
I do want to start that.
Yeah, Val got this app. Look it up. It's called Philo.
Oh,
it's like
I've got it. I just haven't had a chance to pull it up.
Yeah, because you get Impact Live and all that too. Like
Oh,
on
okay.
Thursdays, Impact's not 7 to 9.
Oh, that reminds me. I did watch. Okay, but yeah, nice. Perch, what have you been watching?
Yeah, been some great pro wrestling going on all around the world. Moxley against Josh Barnett at Bloodsport over in Japan. Holy smokes.
I
That
saw
match
some of the post pictures. Yeah,
that match stole the show. So good. And the presentation out there, great photos, great video. Um, yeah, incredible to see that take place. And Moxley being the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in a Bloodsport match. So damn cool. Bloodsport's coming to New York coming up. It'll be a good time. Um, there was good AEW last week, MJF and Roosh.
yeah.
Uh, really cool to see. MJF
They had
is
very
a
good chemistry
beast.
together.
Yeah, and MJF is a monster, good size, playing a different role, classic pro wrestler, and I like to see the journey that he's on. I'm in for the journey. Uh, that multi-man match, holy smokes, with Dante in there
Yeah,
and Mark Briscoe.
Joe and Kyle. The promo, though, is that's it. Yes, Briscoe going
Classic.
off. Kyle O'Reilly, I will follow this man anywhere.
It was great. Everything about it. So much fun and lightheartedness and good pro wrestling for the sake of what it's meant there to be. Yeah, I really enjoyed watching some NXT as well. Roxanne Perez, she's on another level right now and putting on some good matches, good promos, good bad guy. Uh, yeah, fun pro wrestling. All shows. Fatu making that big splash. Holy smokes. Uh, the look on Solo's face, knowing like he had the ace up his sleeve. And there he was. And he destroyed everybody. Talk about a big three KO, RKO,
Yeah,
and Cody.
Cody,
Wow.
Brand. Yeah, that was way to make a splash. He basically single handedly took care of all three of them.
He killed
Hey,
the legend. He
sidebar, was
killed
it TNA on it, NXT last Tuesday too with the Joe Hendry
I think that was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Are you sure? I thought Javon won it. I think it's just a lot of good debuts. Like I want to
Uh,
say Javon won it the number one contendership last Tuesday,
and then
and because they had the
didn't he wrestle Page last Tuesday or that
no,
tonight?
he wrestled Page on the same night main event.
Okay. All right. Maybe.
I don't know. It's just one of those where maybe we did the podcast during it or after it.
Or, yeah, maybe.
My bad.
Yeah. But sorry,
yeah,
Perch.
that's it. Oh, it's all good. Lots of good pro wrestling. Keiji Muto against Nakanishi in the finals of the G1 tournament. Those two have matched up several times, and every time I watch, I don't know what the outcome is. And it's such good pro wrestling. The sport of pro wrestling. Wow, incredible. Um, and some DDT. They were in a Osaka, Japan tour, going all different places. They went to a water park, an amusement park with pro wrestling matches. It was very fun to see.
Hell yeah.
Some good moves being hit in the pool. Uh, some karaoke being done. Uh, Shuma and Mao teamed up, and Shuma, at one point in the Osaka arena, was wearing the Perch shirt, representing much love to the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation and rocking the Perch shirt worldwide.
Yeah.
Very cool to see.
Yep.
Long live
Internationally known, locally
DDT.
respected. Um, going off what Perch said, yes, Perch watching the G1 Climax 9. He sent me the link, so now I've been watching it. Last match I left off was Chono and Tenzan in the first round, two heavy hitters. It was very fun. It was very fun. I had like before Perch sent me that, actually I had been looking at some showdown matches, so it just worked out. Um, keeping it old school. Today, I watched a lot of Rock and Roll Express. Um, them versus Midnight Express, of course, and their WWE debut. Actually, watch that. And it's very interesting to like watch that match and then like, oh, we've actually come back to that because they come out as Smoky Mountain Tag Team Champions and they talk about that and they like speak highly of that title on their program. It's very interesting to see that. It took what 30 some odd years, but we're back to that point of yep, WWE acknowledges other promotions, and elevates them and treats them with a sense of respect. So but very fun watching those. Um lots of tag matches. I watched Fly Death, the homies down there in Texas, versus TJ Crawford and Love Doug for Beyond Wrestling or yeah, for Beyond Wrestling, I believe it was. Oh no, Wrestle Open for Wrestle Open. Those are the homies. I know Crawford and Love Doug tag, but Fly Def it's one of those like, yeah, all they do is tag. And it was some good tag action. Love to see those boys up there. Um the AEW, very good. Last week, MJF coming back, MJF and Roosh was great. Who was it? It was Phoenix dominating on God, who did Phoenix wrestle? Whoever Phoenix had a squash match, but it's very interesting to see a Phoenix squash match and a Braun Breaker squash match. Very different, but just as exciting for different reasons. Um, the multi-man match with our good homies Dante, Kyle, and Mark Briscoe gets it wasn't all TMDK, but ZSJ being the main one out there, and Orange Cassidy, them having to face off before their match. I'm super excited for Forbidden Door. Hechicero getting all the love makes me so happy, especially that he's with Cage of Agony. This is a Brian Cage household. And I think all of us on this podcast agree. Hechicero has been one of the great discoveries of like this year. That man is so freaking good. This little triangle that they've got with him, ZSJ, and Brian Danielson of like who's the best technical wrestler. I'm all for it. So just yeah, overall it's just been a lot of good wrestling. Oh, and I also guess I watched Zach versus Chucky as well, which was very fun. But maybe we can use that to lead into what y'all did this weekend. Zach, what did you do?
Yeah, Friday, I was at MAW for Midwest All-Star Wrestling Extreme Measures. Got to open the show against Ethan Everhart. Um, this guy was not the same Ethan we met like
Yeah, when he
years
first
ago.
started. Yeah, he's
This
come
guy
along.
has grown. This dude is huge. This dude like grew like maybe like 5 or 6 inches.
He
I
feels
was
taller, or maybe
yes,
he's just standing up straight.
bro. So like I went for my handspring back elbow, and when I jumped in the air, I've never been caught by like where my ass is damn near on your face, and like giving a German dude. I was so high in the air. Then I was like, put me down, bro. Like
Yeah,
we did, but like we had a good match. I gave him one of the coolest Germans I've given in a while. So that
like
video was
that new
cool.
setup. That is very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I'm actually proud to say I thought of that all by myself. That's the first one I thought on my own.
Yeah, like now watch, it's gonna be on TV next week.
That's the worst part about it. Is how cool it is. I need to get it on TV.
Yeah.
But no, we had a good match, minus the fact that he cheated to win. Um, he gave me a suplex cutter.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and yeah, he got the win, but man, it was a long drive home. And when you talked about rain, bro, like
Yeah,
It
that
rained.
probably fucking sucked.
I'm not trying to sound like an old bitter man, but to the
I
people
don't
who
know.
are driving,
Minnesota is further away than it feels it should be. Every show there is further away than it feels it should be.
yeah, I always feels like it's gonna be quick. Like it was 4 hours and 40 minutes, which is
Mhm.
40 minutes more than Zawa, not Zawa, zero
Zero
one.
one,
And it
but it
felt,
feels
and it felt
worse.
extremely long.
Yeah.
But it also, like, I don't know if it's just like we were on the highway, bro, and every person was driving slow. But when it rained heavy, every guy's in a rush. Makes no sense, but it just felt like things were dragging. I just remember Friday, I had a great time. But I just remember Friday, like the drive there, drive home felt forever. But it was a good time. I'm not gonna complain. Can't wait to get back to Minnesota and feeling like I'm in the car forever again because I
Yeah.
love going out there and wrestling all those guys and getting new challenges. Other than that, like Saturday and Sunday were pretty chill days. Hung out at the house. I'm trying to think if we did anything. Like I went bumming Saturday and just kind of hung out. I've been watching a lot of X-Men and Deadpool, like X-Men with Hugh Jackman. I'm getting prepped.
Okay. Okay. I saw that did break the record for most watched trailer recently.
Yeah. Oh, and then like one thing I did today, I don't know if you saw the video WWE posted of the Scorpion nip up. Worked on
Uh
that today.
oh, I mean, I think they did I didn't see the one they did today. I know they were doing like a challenge with like the new guys.
Yeah, it was like that the performance there. It's just like you kind of go down to the worm, but when you get to
Yeah.
your head, you like
Yeah,
so
you
like I
skipped
was
it.
explaining it to everyone. I hit it right off the first time perfectly, and then the second, the third, fourth time sucked. But it was just like, all right, messing around doing that. Scorpion nip up coming soon.
Okay. You just have to find a place to push it.
Exactly, but also gotta get my neck strength because it definitely hurts your neck.
Perch. How was your weekend off? I believe you had.
Yeah, it was a very fun weekend. We were able to focus on the office side of things, being photography, editing, putting together Perch Wrestling Illustrated, Celebrate Pro
Yeah.
Wrestling, uh, putting in some hours at the lab with that Stone Creek coffee. It was brewing. Um, yeah, putting in some good work and getting some good feedback. So stay tuned with everything. And yeah, learning the business from a whole different side of things through images and stories and personalities. So very cool to continue to learn everything we can about pro wrestling. And in the meantime, went to a Brewers game, experienced live atmosphere, so much fun. Um, went to see my family, lots of good family time, and went to an arcade, watched some WrestleMania 2000, as well as played some arcade games. Lots of good Godzilla pinball. It was so much fun.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tekken, the original,
Oh,
playing against King. Um,
I was
EVs.
thinking about this occasion. I think the original Tekken is, besides the newest one, or I guess you should say the last two, like that was the one I played the least.
Ooh, that's a good
The
one.
original Tekken 2 and Tekken 6, I poured life into. But first one, like I kind of remember, but I don't really remember.
Yeah, really good game and great graphics, good characters.
The
Uh,
graphics are not good. Kuma looks horrible.
oh, I love everything about it. It's a vibe.
It
It's a
is not
style.
good. But it
Um,
was also early attempts at 3D.
yeah, and uh, and I watched WrestleMania 2000 on the jumbo screen. That Big Show, Rock, Triple H, Mick Foley main event was so good. Good eliminations, characters, feuds, differences being settled, and a great ending that everyone booed and threw garbage inside the ring. and The Rock left and came back and rock bottom and people's elbowed everybody and the crowd went home happy. It was incredible. So much fun. Love watching some good wrestling from when we were younger, as well as surrounding ourselves by stuff that we love, like family, arcade games, pro wrestling. Find that balance and get the mind and the body right, and get right back to it when the shows start up. So it's important to make the most of
Yep.
any time off. It's like a vacation.
Yeah. Enjoy the things that you enjoy because most of life is not enjoyable. So enjoy the things you can enjoy. I did most of the same. I only played video games. Still playing my Trails in Sky first chapter. I'm like 75% done with it and hoping to finish it this week. And really that was it. I did watch a lot of just indie wrestling matches. I'm in the middle of watching the TWE Chattanooga show. I think I watched a couple matches from the last Chicago style wrestling. So yeah, I'm just gearing up for the return. Been making progress on the knee. Basically the doctor said I gotta stop being a bitch.
Quit being a bitch.
It's basically what he's saying is stop being a bitch. So just working on that. Getting that flexibility there. I think I'm like 20-ish degrees from where I need to be now. On my bend, which is a lot better than where I was. I know 20 sounds like a lot, but no, it's very good. So just keep working on that so we can get this return. Actually, we talked about when I can start moving to more athletic training so I can start my comeback. So we talked about that, and that'll be coming soon. So yeah, I can get back to working out, which I love. I played video games, which I love. Do the things you love. Can't overstate that enough. But in talking about the things we love, and wrestling is one of those things we love. I think the topic this week will be very interesting. This one actually came from the producer. Uh, 3 wrestlers you would be very interested to see a WWE Legends S style documentary on. Perch, let's go to you. I think I went to Zach first the last like 2, 3 times.
Yeah, I'd love to see a John Cena and see what he would have to offer. Especially for a legend, he's a modern day legend, and I could see him being an interesting story. I'm sure there's been a bunch of documentaries, and I've seen.
I actually don't think there have been that many. Not as much as you would think.
Okay, well, none that I've seen recently.
I'd say he's kind of like in that Undertaker where he's actually like kind of been like he's touchable, but still keeps that like his private life is his private life.
Hmm. Uh, but yeah, I would love to see one on Cena for sure, and especially at this point in his career, it could cover everything up until um, one of the best documentaries I've ever seen in my life was the King of Kings with Triple H. Just incredible to see his background and everything. So inspiring. Uh, but another like A and E style. I'd love to see KO. I think
Mhm.
Kevin Owens and to see his background and him and Sammy, but to see Kevin's family talking about it and the people around him from the time and the people of this era. I think Kevin Owens is a modern legend and
I would love to hear his dad's side of the story of when he threw that cup into the wall
uh,
when he was 17.
yeah, I don't know about that story.
Oh, oh,
So I
so
need one of the documentaries to
yeah,
kind of
that's
Yeah,
a
I
shed
don't
good
know
some
that
light.
point.
story either.
Oh, wait, so he was like, 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17. 17 17 playing with his WWE action figures. And I think he said he had one of the WWE volumes of music on, but whatever version he had, the Stone Cold didn't have the glass shatter at the beginning. So he's like, man, this isn't right. I need the glass shatter. So he was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll take this cup and I'll throw it at the wall, and that'll be my glass shatter.
Ah, that's funny.
Goes to throw the cup at the wall. The cup does not break. It just creates a big hole in the drywall.
Ah, through the cup right to the wall.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
So, yes, I would love to hear his dad tell that story.
Yeah, I think KO would be as good as it gets. And then another one that I would love to see, let's see one on Roman and see his whole family coming through. Uh, he's got a big personal side too. My goodness, with the health
Yeah.
and family that he's got. It's, Roman would be an incredible story, and I'd love to see his background.
Okay. Okay. Zach, what about you?
So my first one's gonna be one that I think is gonna be, I don't know, a little off left field. But you think about the Click, you think of Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kevin Nash, and Razor Ramon, who all are legends, and you see a lot of documentaries. But I would like to see the documentary of the 1, 2, 3, 6 X-Pac. X-Pac has been around and done a lot of things.
Okay. Yeah.
He was the 1, 2, 3 kid. He was 6 Pac with NWO. He's like he's a 2-time Hall of Famer. And if like they ever induct the 1, 2, 3 kid or X-Pac, he'll be the first 3-time Hall of Famer.
Which they probably should.
Yeah, which it's weird to think that X-Pac would be the first 3-time Hall of Famer of WWE.
Right.
So I just think it'd be interesting. Like he's one of those guys who's always been around. Clearly, he's been friends with the guys who are on the top. He knows
I
where
would
to.
I would love to hear his commentary on X-Pac Heat, though. Like everybody speaks so highly of him. So how did this term come to be?
Exactly. So yeah, I would love to see. You know, I love to see a Legends documentary about X-Pac. Just to, I think he's done so much more that like we haven't. Like it'd be interesting just to see how he's always been able to get to those factions and get where he's at. How he left NWO and came straight to D-Generation X.
Yeah.
Um, I think another one that would be interesting is a similar to KO, AJ Styles documentary, WCW,
Yeah.
TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and WWE,
Yeah.
Bullet Club, Fortune, uh, even the stupid shit that he had to do with Dixie Carter, like the affair on his wife, and like just the way how he's been able to grow, always kind of been the same AJ Styles, and just evolved in the same way. Would be interesting to hear his career. And the last one, hmm, I just had one and I lost it. It's annoying. Oh, I guess this one is going to be an interesting one. Dominic Mysterio, whenever he hits legend status, whenever Dom gets the Dirty Dom, I want to hear the whole story because he's already off to a great start. He started off as being the daddy's boy that everyone didn't give a fuck about to now the most irresistible man in WWE. And the women
Yeah.
talk himself. And like just the fact that I've never seen so much heat week after week, month after month, where you can lift the microphone up and you still get the same reaction of boos. It
Yeah.
hasn't died down. It hasn't gotten like any better. It's like the what champ, but the worst for him. So like I feel like when he gets to that point where he's at his dad status, I would love to see that Legends
Yeah.
documentary. That's 3.
Okay.
I know,
Um,
shockingly, no New Age Outlaws, which of course.
so our producer actually has some for these because this was her question. One would be Darby Allin. Just for the intrigue of the amount of damage that he has done over the years. We watched that Undertaker one where he talks about like how long it takes him to recover from a WrestleMania match and then get ready to train for another one. And you just look at everything that Darby's done. It is amazing to see that he can do this week in and week out. So just very intriguing. And then also Seth Rollins. Just more so for the story of this style. Like how did this come to be? And just where your influences were. Like some of them, like the like Mega Man shoes, yeah, that went viral. But where are you getting this? Is this the WWE seamstresses? Are they doing it? Are you pulling the Mav and just you're finding the most amazing find on Amazon? What is it? So
There
those
was there was a little interview where like apparently he gives like the fashion people X amount of dollars and tells them to go out and find the most ridiculous shit to wear.
oh, okay. All right.
I feel like I've heard that because Val brought that up because she like I feel like I've heard Val tell me that one where like he's put over that he just tries to find the most ridiculous shit and gives some money. He's like, buy me the most ridiculous shit you can find.
Lucky. Lucky. All right. For me, at number one would have to be Kenny Omega. I'd love to, we love our Canadians here on the Take It Over podcast. So that would be my, kind of similar to AJ, but like kind of in the reverse, where this is a guy that started wrestling Canada, made his name in Japan, best bout machine, and then with his best friend started a wrestling company in America. So I think that would be a very interesting story. And then also to hear, your relationship with Okada and how, you put on arguably one of the best series of matches in, our modern era, I think would be very fun. Uh, for the personal, it would have to be number two, the Rascals, all four of them. I know at least Trey and Zach are from Ohio, and Myron's from Kentucky area, and I know a lot of that relationship probably comes down to IWA Mid South, but their stories, their road stories. Like I said, I remember when I was a fan going to AAW shows, and those were the guys on the pre-show. To just to watch them grow over the last almost decade at this point and see where they're at. I just on a personal level would love to see that story be told because I've been there for a lot of it. And then last, who did I have last? I mean, we'll go with this one. I was debating between two, and I can't remember what the other one was, but it's got to be the Hurricane. Um, that is somebody who has had some of the most amazing, I feel, gimmick changes. And you talk about somebody that's been everywhere as far as promotion wise. We had him as 3 count in WCW. Then we had Sugar Shane by himself. We had the Hurricane, and at the peak of the Hurricane's popularity, he went to Vince and said, "I want to be a heel," and convinced Vince to be like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And you've heard him talk a little bit about like just his relationship with Vince and just like how he basically knew how to work Vince. So I think that would be a very interesting. And of course, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. So I'd watch it in a heartbeat. But no, I think all 11 documentaries would be very good. Very good. Why don't we get into what y'all got coming up this week? Perch, you still on vacation?
No, vacation is over. We are kicking things out, going south this weekend, and we'll be in the Central Time Zone, which I'm looking forward to. This time it'll be 8 p.m. Central, as we are taking over Texas. GCW Texas. We are in, where's the first one? Yes, Houston. It's Houston and Dallas. And the first one is Houston on Friday, June 28th. Houston, Texas. Zilla Fatu coming home as he's taking
God
on
damn
John
it,
Wayne
that was
Murdoch.
the other one. That was it. Zilla
Nailed
Fatu,
it.
like not specifically Zilla, but it's Zilla at this time. I want the youngest Fatu, like of this generation. Right now, I think Zilla would be the youngest of this generation of wrestlers. I think there's one more kid out there. I don't know if they're gonna wrestle, but at this point, it would be Zilla.
Yeah, and a true student of the game. We had that ride from Detroit to Rochester with Zilla and Jacob. Those guys are true legends and true students of the game, always learning and passing on that knowledge and wisdom as well. So, yeah, as good as it gets. And this weekend, Zilla Fatu returns home to Houston as he's taking on John Wayne Murdoch. And that's been a good story brewing over the past few months. So it'll be great to see it take place this Friday in Houston, Texas. Then we're off to Dallas the next day for GCW Dallas, and that'll be fun too. Last time I was in Texas for pro wrestling was the Collective back in 2022, I believe it was, and that was so much fun.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was at the fairgrounds. This time we'll be at Gillies in Dallas and the Premier Sports Arena in Houston. A couple of fun arenas I'm looking forward to going to. I've heard very hot, so we'll be dressing accordingly for a hot Texas weekend.
Yeah, let's get some color on that body. Zach, what do you got this weekend?
Yeah, I'm Friday. I'll be going to my couch to watch some movies, hang out. Saturday, probably the same, and Sunday because I got a rest weekend.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I got
Looking around.
it's coming. It's nice. I got like a little pain in the shoulders right now, so that's been building. So it's like it is nice. I was like, oh, after last Friday, I was like, oh, I kind of have 2 weekends off in a row where I can actually kind of like rest and enjoy the weather and kind of let my body recuperate.
Yeah. No, the rest is important. You
Because I got
working
that
them
big
full
match coming
matches.
July
It's
7th.
not just me getting beat up right now.
Yeah, my body is telling me like, please get Doc back so we get back on that corner and hype the crowd up.
It's like, stop working this whole match shit.
I was talking to Val about that. I'm like, I don't know if it's like the combination of like doing singles, losing all the weight, and not having so much meat on the bone. But it's definitely like I'm definitely feeling it a lot more. I'm like, man, this is what Doc goes through. I can't wait till he can come back and do this again.
Yep.
Now, yeah, and I got a big match July 6th. I got Ariel Van Gogh.
Yes. So make sure you're well rested for that one.
Yeah, super pumped for that.
Oh yeah. Glad to see him working around the area. Myself, like I said, well, Perch, I might hit up the movies this weekend. For those nerds out there, the Blue Lock movie comes out this weekend, so might go check that out. Besides that, be playing video games and being an adult. I need to mow my grass, so gotta get that done. That's a big one. I need to break down some shit and get it in the trash. So that's the plan for this week. Sadly, I'm boring. But with that, I think we can start taking it home. So, Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
Nah, just enjoy the weekend, enjoy the weather. Yeah, have a good weekend.
Perch.
Yeah, continue to find good pro wrestling that you enjoy, things that you love about it, whether it's reading a magazine, taking a picture, watching some pro wrestling, or just listening to a story of someone talk to you about pro wrestling. Plenty of ways to enjoy and celebrate pro wrestling.
Oh, and I almost forgot because he must have watched it like right when after I had last checked. But our good buddy High Five Tom with a comment. about his comfort matches. Oh, it looks like he's just getting into Lucha Underground. So right now, any Lucha Underground match, he's been watching a lot of Hitman and Heart Foundation matches, and yeah, Mr. Perfect matches and promos. Any Mr. Perfect promo is a good time. I was recently watching when No Limit was on WCW, and he did the I Hate Rap song. Was fucking hilarious. So big Mr. Perfect fan. Good job, Tom. But for me, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias, tell promotions, and book us. Cause Perch Refs, Zach, Russells, and I talk on this podcast. So yeah, have us come to a city near you. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.